So if you've been watching my channel, I've done all kinds of videos around Glacier Park. I've done the northwest side of the park up by Pole Bridge. I've done the West Glacier. I've gone in the park. I've gone to East Glacier. But the one area I've never really done a video on is the northeast side of the park, which includes the town of St. Mary and Babb. So in this video, we're going to take you up there and show you what a beautiful spot this is and just an incredible part of the world. Let's go take a look. So let's start by taking a look at the map of this area, and as you can see, all the snow-capped peaks here, that's all Glacier National Park, and the area we're going to be touring on this video basically goes from the Canadian border all the way down to Kiowa Junction, that's straight west of Browning, and St. Mary is kind of right in the middle of all that, and then we're also going to take a look at Duck Lake up by Babb. All right, so I climbed all the way up this mountain to give you a better view of Montana. So the least you can do is subscribe to our channel. And when you do, don't forget to hit the little bell and you'll be notified every time we make a new video about Montana. So here we are on Highway 89 headed north into St. Mary, and it's just a spectacular drive. This is coming north from Kiowa Junction that we'll show you later. But the first thing you see is you kind of crest the hill. That's St. Mary Lake, and that's all Glacier Park that you're looking at out into the distance. And I've shown you lots of videos and lots of footage from the west side of the park, but I have to say the east side of the park is way more spectacular and the views are way bigger and just they're incredible. So just check this out for a second. And as we come around the corner here, you'll see this other lake, and this is Lower St. Mary Lake, and it's quite a long lake. In fact, it reaches all the way up to the little town of Babb that we'll show you in a minute. But again, the beauty out here is just spectacular, and if you ever get a chance to access the park from this side or come in from the east side, you should definitely do it because you will not be disappointed with the views over here, and it's just a great drive. And Highway 89 goes all the way up to the Canadian border, and this is actually coming south from Canada into the US, and this is the border crossing right here, just north of Babb. We had gone up to Calgary and we were coming back, and the views out here, again, you're in the prairie, but then you just see the Glacier Park just kind of popping up out of nowhere, and that's Chief Mountain out there. And this border crossing is very, very remote, but just the beauty is spectacular. And one of the things you need to remember if you are ever planning a trip this way is this border crossing is only open till 11 o'clock at night. It's not 24 hours. So if you're planning a trip going to Canada or coming back from Canada, just keep that in mind, because if you get here after 11 o'clock, you'll be waiting till 6 in the morning to get back into the country. So keep that in mind. On this day, there were quite a few people coming back into the U.S. from Canada. We had never really run into a line like this before, so it was a little surprising. Usually it's very quiet up here, and the guards are take a while to come out of their office because there's not a lot of cars going through here. But as you can see, today there was a big line. But with the beauty up here, it wasn't a bad place to sit and hang out for a little bit while we waited to go through the crossing. And because it is so rural up here and there's no big towns around, they have this little development right next to the border, and this is where all the people that work at the border live. And again, very, very remote, probably not for everybody, but you have to admit they've got some pretty nice views out their window, and they get to wake up to that every morning before they walk over and head to their job taking care of the border. So let's go back and check out the actual town of St. Mary, and this is again headed north from Kiowa Junction coming into St. Mary. And as you can see, there's a big hotel lodge right there, a grocery store, some gift shops, and if you turn left right there, which we will in a minute, That is the entrance to Glacier Park. That's the end of going to the Sun Road. If you start on the west side and come east, you'll come out right there. But as you can see, the town of St. Mary, it's one of those little towns that if you blink, you'll miss it. There's just not a lot here. Restaurants and gift shops and a gas station, as you saw, but that's pretty much it. And it's all geared to people visiting the park. This is all in the Blackfeet Nation lands. So back in 2020 during the pandemic, they had closed off the entrance over on this side, so St. Mary was very quiet then. And if you ever get into St. Mary in the wintertime, it is very quiet, just not a lot going on. Basically the whole town is geared towards the park and people using the park, and because going to the Sun Road is not open during the winter all the way through, you can't really come out this side. So if we go back into town, this is that left I was telling you about, and this is the other entrance into Glacier Park. And on the left of this corner is the big lodge and hotel and stores and everything. But this entrance, I did a video on it earlier this year. This is now you can see going to the Sun Road, or you can access going to the Sun Road without the reservation, the vehicle reservation pass. So if you want to come all the way around the east side, you can go in here anytime, whereas on the west side, you have to wait. Either you have to go in before 6 a.m. or wait until after 3 o'clock, unless you buy one of those vehicle reservation passes, which are sometimes hard to get. But again, you come over to this side, you can come in this way anytime. You still have to pay your fee to get into the park, but you can go on going to the Sun Road the whole way any time of the day. And this entrance, there's a big campground over here, and there's a visitor center, and then St. Mary Lake, like I said, is off to the left. But if you want a nice little day trip from the Flathead Valley, come around to the east side and you don't have to worry about the pass, and you can go right in over here. It's usually way less crowded than the west side of the park. So if we go back over towards Babb, there's a lake up here called Duck Lake, and there are some places that are for sale out there right now. A lot of just cabins along the lake, and there's 6 of them that are currently available. They range in price from $220,000 up to $699,000. And like I said earlier, this is all part of the Blackfeet Nation up here. So there are a few rules that if you do buy property up here, you'll have to follow, but that's the title company will take care of all that. And I think one of the things that I've heard is that the tribe has first right of refusal on any land sales up here. So definitely want to check into anything like that if you are looking to buy up here. But Duck Lake is kind of a popular little spot for people to get away and hang out up on this side of the park. And then if we head back to the south end of our map that I showed you earlier, this is Kiowa Junction, and this is the Kiowa Mercantile. And if it looks familiar, it should, because if you watched my video on Polebridge and saw the Polebridge Mercantile, this was built by the same guy that owns the Polebridge Mercantile. And it's a nice addition out here. There was nothing out here, nowhere to stop and get anything in between Browning and St. Mary. So he did somewhat of a replica of the Polebridge Mercantile. The inside, it's a bit newer than the Polebridge Mercantile, but they have all the same things inside that you can get in Polebridge. And like I said, just a great place to stop. It was kind of crowded the day I was in there, but I think this is the first or maybe second year they've been open. But if you love all of the baked goods that you can get at the Polebridge Mercantile, they have the same things here. The Huckleberry Bear Claws, they have hot pocket sandwiches, and a whole bunch of different cookies and cinnamon rolls and pecan rolls, and you can't go wrong. If you're on a diet, you probably don't want to come in here, but if you enjoy those kind of foods, this is a stop you don't want to miss, because your palate will thank you if you stop here and get some of these treats along your way.
Thank you for watching our video. Please call, text, or email for more information. And don't forget to watch our other videos about Montana.